Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all see the picture on the screen, bro. It's David. Come on. He got into some devious activities. Now he kind of got booked. So we gonna see what's going on with him now.
He got arrested, and I think this
Although we
arrest made
already
me
know what happened.
recontextualize
Make sure y'all subscribe though, bro. If y'all mess with reactions, y'all see me for a second time around, make sure y'all subscribe.
the situation, because there's been a few things on my mind since this happened. The fact David knowingly interacted with streamers and engaged with his fans and community like nothing happened, and the fact David was able to seemingly get away with this while Celeste was alive, even though people within his community knew. David is not a good.
That's the thing, yo. That's what makes me mad. Like, people in his community knew that he was a creep PDF, and they was in the back of my still singing his shit, bro. No, it's not. It's not groovy. We not doing that, bro. No way. Like, no way, y'all. I mean, but the music's fire, bro. Actually, can I say that? Because I definitely was listening to R. Kelly. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, I'm a hypocrite. I take it back. My fault, yo. I was bugging.
He was touring while the body of the child he victimized was decomposing. He let his friend go on stream and defend him, knowing the truth would eventually come out.
I'm gonna do a video on that too, yo. Jason was going hard trying to defend this dude just for like 6 months later. Him to be all wrong. That's why you gotta watch what you say, bro. You don't know nobody will be happening behind closed doors. Like my mom always said, yo, when your friends go home, you don't know what they doing behind closed doors, so you can't even be, what? He would never, whole time he would.
Some real sick stuff, but I want to talk about it a little bit. Time for the algorithm. TMZ had released some arrest footage of David at his home, and in the footage, you can see David being patted down and put into cuffs. And as of recent times, he's been officially charged with the murder of Celeste, and his mugshot.
Yo, whole time he's only like 5'5", 145 pounds, bro. He a lightweight, like he like I ain't want to offend no ladies or nothing, but he built like a little girl, bro. 5'5" and 130. Bro, you can't go to jail at that weight, gang. They gonna eat you alive.
The timeline, it's everywhere.
Literally.
And you know I had to use it as my thumbnail. Here's another image of his mugshot alongside the charges that I found, and then I found another image where you can see
continuous essay of a child. Murder. Murder for murder for prevent. Murder for damn. Use of a deadly weapon. Grave remains, yo. They hit Buddy with three murder charges, a PDF charge. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 murder charges. Oh my god. Damn.
Literally everything.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Me personally, I say do what he did to the girl onto him, bro. You feel me? Like, you know the good old saying, do unto others what you want done unto you. I feel like we should take that and run with it to the full extent. I feel like he should feel everything that he inflicted onto somebody else. Cause somebody like him, I don't know, bro. I feel like oxygen's too good for somebody like him. Like, if he did it, let me say that. Like, let me not condemn him immediately, but it's kind of like a, you know.
You can see his charges with their counts. The one that stands out to me is the 2 counts of sexual abuse of a child. I point this out because I have a timeline I want to reference a little later in the video, especially because he's known Celeste for a long time, and this was really preventable. So I just want to have that conversation. David also did appear in court, and I'm going to show you some of that footage, but I have to get it out the way. David pled not guilty to all of the charges, which is just so insane to me.
Hold on, let me go back and look at that.
But I have to get it out the way. David
pleads not guilty to teen's murder, SA crimes, facing potential death. Yeah, okay, so let's say he didn't delete her off this planet, right? You telling me you took a child from New York all the way to LA and you're not a PDF? Yeah, I guess I'm the last ass to reach, huh? I guess I'm a jackass. I must look stupid to y'all, huh?
Pled not guilty to all of the charges, which is so insane to me because they definitely have the proof to get this guy. I know the internet was on the police about not charging David sooner, but I'm 90% sure that was just to gather evidence, which is referenced in the court.
I'm about to say, I don't know if it's a Fed case, but if this is a Fed case and they took a year to go get him, I ain't going for all. His ass is grass, bro. He might be cooked, bro. The Feds, they like one of them teams where you're like, damn. Yo, the Feds like Golden State. It's like, yo, you don't know what you gonna get with them niggas, bro. Like, that's still Golden State. They still got Curry, Draymond, bro. I don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, it's like, damn. It's like, oh, that's still LeBron. Fuck, that's LeBron James. He 39, still doing the same thing he was doing when he was 22. I can't, bro. That's how the feds be moving. So if they took a good 8 months to go get you.
But I also wanted to point out how David's family is standing firmly behind
the fam. Yo, I'm not the type of boy I am, bro. You have some heinous allegations against you. Like, I'm talking about, like, you did some vile shit, bro. A nigga like me, I'm stepping fully away from the situation. I'm hitting one of them joints, like a double James Harden step back. Separation. I don't know this nigga right now, bro. Do what y'all gotta do, talk about what y'all gotta talk about, and we gonna keep it pushing.
him, despite the copious amount of evidence that their son is a pedophile and was involved in the murder of a child, which was motivated by the fact that he perceived her as a threat to his career, which is even crazier because at that time she was missing from her home. She tried to find safety in David, but he harmed her, and yet his family stands with that.
Today, I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled d4vd, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time. These charges include the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation. These special circumstances carry with it, along with the first-degree murder charge, a maximum sentence of life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. The determination on whether or not the district attorney's office will seek the death penalty will be made at a later time.
So in other words, David is a pedophile who attempted to cover this fact up by silencing a witness. And the district attorney is sure he can prove this in court. And I mean, I hope. I do have faith in the police.
What do you mean tried? He did, bro. He clapped her, bro. She gone off the planet. She can't even defend herself no more. And you telling me while she was going in the Tesla, he's on tour in the back of my mind. He all on stage dancing, singing, having a grand old time and shit. Yo, this nigga's a sicko, bro. I ain't going. He on some Dexter Morgan type shit. This shit not cool. And you always gonna have them little fangirls. Oh my god, he's so hot though. There's no way he did that. The same thing they did with Ted Bundy, I think his name was. And the show they made a show after the boy. What's his name? I forgot, bro. He was eating people, whatever. Bro, that's what they always do, man, bro. But the music still slaps. I'm still gonna listen to him.
At least in this specific circumstance. Bro. But this is what David's lawyer had to say.
From the media reports, apparently there have been 4 months of secret grand jury proceedings. We believe that Mr. Burke is entitled at the earliest opportunity to an open preliminary hearing and the proceedings not be done in secret. So we are asking for a preliminary hearing to be set at the earliest possible date on the 10th date. Your Honor, we believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, nor...
You know, even if he didn't murder her, even if he didn't do what they alleging that he did, still throw the book at him. First of all, you a PDF. Kidnapped the little girl from New York and brought her all the way to LA. Bro, throw the book at you just for that, to be honest with you. Yo, you're a sick man on like 5 different levels again. I ain't gonna fraud with you. This is a sick Negro.
Was he the cause of her death? And we would like to be able to have the evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that.
After listening to that, I think that David's team is stupid. And if the cops did their job, I think they did, this will be an unwinnable case. There is so much evidence of their relationship all over the internet. David wasn't smart about it at all. And it honestly feels like at times he wanted to be caught. He had so many allusions to Celeste.
You know what's crazy? That's what I was thinking about too. Like he wanted to get caught. Cause you telling me you just left her in a Tesla in a parking garage and just called it a day. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's something narcissistic about that. Like he wasn't. Oh my God, I have to go make sure I can hide the body or whatever. Da, 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 da. Like you know how like them, like I don't know if you ever seen NCIS or whatever, and people go into the river or lake or dig up a hole in the ground and try to hide everything to make it look like nothing happened or whatever. It's like he put it in a spot where he knew somebody was probably going to find it sooner or later and big up a whole story or whatever to get his name in the media. I don't know. It's like something just don't sit right with this whole story, bro. Something's off.
In all forms of media, from his songs to his
guy.
TikToks. Celeste was not a secret, and neither was David's age. This case should not be winnable.
Ask the people respectfully to produce discovery at the earliest opportunity.
Your Honor, as I indicated to counsel, there's approximately 40 terabytes of discovery in this case. Moreover, in order to obtain the transcripts from a grand jury investigation, counsel has to file a motion. She knows the way the system works. I'm not able to gather those. They have to be provided after the court orders them released because it was an investigation.
There is 40 terabytes of information that's been gathered in preparation for this trial. Damn. With how long David's been a free man, I mean, I think it makes sense that there'd be tons of information to go over. And I don't think all that information is gonna produce an innocent ruling. I said it earlier, I was 90% sure the police took a long time to gather evidence. 40 terabyte of discovery is proof of that. That's a lot of information. And it would make sense if they were trying to make sure David gets the appropriate charges and he gets locked up for a long time. Because like the district attorney said, nigga, that's life sentence. And hopefully that lawyer making this mistake is proof that David's team won't have a good time during the trial and he does get that maximum sentencing. But now that you're a little caught up, I want to talk about one of the things that bothered me about this David case, and it's the fact that David let Jason the Ween take the fall defending him.
With David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
He's not a murderer?
No.
Thank God, bro, because I was still going to listen to his music. I was just worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
No, listen, he didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just...
I mean, well, I blame Jason, I blame his fans, and I blame what's it called, David. David's a dickhead for letting Jason go all crazy on his wood top, telling him he didn't do it. Jason's a moron too for overly defending somebody that you met like 6 months ago. What? No way David did it. Are you telling me you have time to delete somebody and then go on stage the next day like nothing happened? And then his fans, you know, Jason's really smart. I should really listen to him. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. I'm sure he's a studied detective. He's seen all NCIS, yada, yada, yada. He knows how that shit works. Bro, we don't know nothing. We don't know this nigga. He could be a serial clapper for all we know. We don't know. So, on Jason's part, I don't fully blame him, but he should have toned it back a bit, like, left it to speculation. I wouldn't have said, oh yeah, no, he didn't do that. It's my guy. Yeah, he wouldn't have done that, some shit like that. Because you never know. And he was overplaying his part. That's on him. I ain't gonna
escaping
lie.
the police clutches?
No, and I'm gonna perform. We're gonna perform on the 20th. Me and David.
In the Ween.
Let me do it. I'll make it. So,
Period.
you think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer?
Yeah.
Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out.
Damn. No way. No.
You know what I did think was incredibly soft? I don't know
But
if it's
how
true.
do you steal a Tesla though?
Huh? Wait, so you think it is him?
No, I
'Cause
don't
how
think
do you
it's
steal a
him.
Tesla?
I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
No,
But also,
I
how
don't
do
think
you
it's him
steal a
either.
Tesla?
And in the wake of what David did, Jason got a lot of flack for this. And even though I've criticized Jason in the past, and you could even criticize him for defending David so early, I honestly think it's fair to say him and David were at least good acquaintances. So I can't fault Jason for defending his friend when at the time he had a decent alibi. And even at that time, I withheld my judgment on the case and didn't immediately assume David was innocent. So I can't blame someone who was like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I jumped that gun. I said, nah. He did that shit, bro. Like, it's like one of them joints was like, glove don't fit. Alright, bro. If y'all niggas say so, I mean, he did that shit, but hey, we don't know yet, right?
his friend. But I will blame the guy who was touring while his victim was decomposing and allowed someone who was at least his friend to defend him, knowing that that was wrong. And I honestly believe Jason was just trying to be a real dude. This has since led to very smear campaign-esque posts that allude to Jason being this accomplice, or Jason is someone that knew David did this to Celeste. This tweet.
Alright, now if it's all in fun and jokes, we could say some shit like that. Alright, like if he wildin', and he imagine Jason flaming your shit, right? You just said it. Yo, ain't you, they got your mans on some sex charges, you know that, right? They got your mans, ain't that your mans? Like, but if you saying, yo, he's gonna be like David, yo, he's really like the David Jr. for real. He probably helped David hide the body. It's like, all right, y'all bugging out now. Y'all wilding.
Is a person applying to Fear Buck with a clip of David telling Jason he's the next David.
I hear it. He's the next David. He's really the next David, bro. Like,
Obviously, this is just a poorly aged clip. Jason does not have future sight.
It is crazy though.
Obviously, I know it's crazy, which is why Jason and Pokimane are currently suing KickChamp for these slanderous posts. And mind you, they continue to prove the point because the clip in this tweet is Jason literally retracting his support for David because at the time, more evidence came out.
First off, I want to retract my statement. Obviously, the other day, I was defending David before all the new evidence came out. I do not condone anything that David has done or is doing, okay? That shit is wicked and it's just unbelievable.
So it's so crazy how a clip of Jason trying to rectify his wrong still gets used to push an agenda that Jason said he was losing his sleep over.
And the shit that he did, nah, bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how much money I gotta spend. I'm gonna make sure you're done. I deadass lose sleep at night because of this shit. But I'm gonna post this poster.
It ain't that deep, bro. I wouldn't be losing sleep over it. For real. Like, bro, you was naive. That's all that was, bro. Like, you thought you really knew a good guy. Whole time that nigga was a super villain, bro, and you got tricked. Alright, bro. It happens to the best of us. Just keep doing your thing, Jason. Now, for sure, sue the shout that nigga, bro. I ain't gonna fraud with you. Sue that nigga into oblivion. But you good, bro. Come on, man. You be alright. Ain't nothing to trip about. You was friends with a demon, that's all.
It's really fucked up how David took a friendship and withered it. I'm not saying they were the best of buddies, but I think for Jason to go out and defend him, they at least clicked to an extent. And I think it's real sinister to let someone go out there and look dumb. He was able to put this facade on and he was able to tour all while a child was taken from the world. These prosecutors allege that Celeste was killed on the 23rd because that was the last day she was heard from. And apparently the same day people heard of a breakup, Celeste was no longer in the server. That Discord server is very gross and I won't go too into it, but with screenshots like these, it's clear there was an entire community of people who...
You're a fed. You're a fed. Oh my god, that was
knew all about this relationship, but no measures were taken to help Celeste.
You're a fed for not being a PDF. You know, okay. This why niggas be overly weird. I don't know. Like, you a fed for being a law-abiding citizen. You were fed for not being with my shenanigans. Yo, my mans, they went to go play basketball at the college, and the shorty working the desk said, "Nah, y'all can't come in here. Y'all don't go to school here." Niggas gonna call her a Karen. I said, "Yo, bro, she's just doing her job. What the fuck? Yo, niggas can't get mad at her for just doing her job. But we get here all the time, bro. Nut ass Karen." Yo, my nigga. She not with y'all program, nigga. She got a job. She got some shit to do. She ain't gonna let niggas in here. Come on, relax. Y'all.
I media trained you.
No, you did.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids. No, you did.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete.
Yeah, after them camera shit off, she caught the whole 9, bro. I ain't going for all with you. After them cameras turned off, nah, I know that nigga was spazzing. The fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that? You know what I'm doing is illegal. You trying to get me canceled? There's gonna be no more money. Yeah. I feel like she definitely was smartening up. She's about to blow this nigga's whole lid off. She's about to blow the whole scheme off the top. You feel me? The whole enchilada was gonna be all over the news.
Delete everything. Everything goes.
David literally says he deleted the stream. Is that not the biggest giveaway ever? This is the most blatant cover-up I've seen, and it took this long for him to be caught. Celeste didn't have to pass away. She just needed people who would step in. She needed people who wouldn't have enabled this.
Yo, this was on a stream too. So a whole stream seen this whole joint. Niggas like, David and Celeste are so cool and funny. Nothing going on here. Just the average 21, 22-year-old with the 14, 15-year-old John. Fully across the country from from home. Yeah, nothing wrong here.
People who would have questioned the stream and people who aren't like David's family. I don't care what anyone says. David is wrong. This situation is proof we need to protect kids, not by flimsy privacy invading laws, but by being honest with the fact that David was enabled in this child.
Don't say we, nigga. First of all, this falls on her parents. Yo, I ain't gonna say my mom was the strictest person, but she had set rules that I just followed. I didn't really give a fuck. Not going over a friend's house as a kid. Like, I never had no sleepovers, no nothing like that. Growing up, whenever it was time for sleep, nigga, I was in my crib in my bed with my head to my pillow. I wasn't over no other nigga house unless my mom had to work that night. And I went over my aunt's house, or one of her friend's house to go, and they watched me. I don't be overly hanging out at other people's cribs either. I don't go over there. Wow, your house is pretty nice. I be in my crib, bro. I be on my own shit, bro. I don't be like, you feel like you gotta protect your kids. Like, I had the DS, 3DS, Xbox 360, played my games. I wasn't an online kid. I was a Nintendo nerd, playing Pokemon, whatever. That was my bread and butter. And I was in Boy Scouts outdoors doing whatever, bro. You got put your kids into things so they don't go wandering off and start doing, like, being a delinquent, doing some random, like, stupid shit, you feel me? And you gotta talk to your kids, bro. You got, how was your day? What was going on? What's new? What's tea with y'all? You chilling? Like, you good? Everything chilling? Everything? How you feel? You just gotta talk to your kids a little bit. That's all you gotta do, bro. You don't gotta do nothing crazy. You ain't gotta be no jail person or nothing. No prison guard, but police your kid a little bit.
Was in danger right in front of our eyes.
And then, on the fans' part, yes, it is their fault because they seen it 4K all in their faces, and he was like, I love David, so don't you, like y'all was all just singing his shit, not looking at this nigga's artwork or nothing. Same shit with R. Kelly, same shit with Diddy, same shit with all these people. Y'all just be looking at the music, don't be looking at the person. Like, yo, there's some R. Kelly pictures I could see, and knew that nigga was a freak, bro. I ain't gonna fraud with you.
We as a community failed her. So let's just do better and let's pray David gets that max sentence.
Nigga, we? Who the fuck is we? I didn't know she existed until this shit happened. Nigga talking about we, is it? Fuck off.
That's really all I had to say, though. Subscribe for more unsolicited.
Man. David's a sick Negro. I hope the judicial system does their job properly and get him gone, because he needs, like, a triple life sentence. No opportunity for parole, nothing like that. I need y'all to subscribe. We're on the road to 500. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all having a good day. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace.